Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we just started upgrading the gateway in the Atraitus system. It was something to spend our large amount of energy credits on, and we just happened to have the minerals, so let's see what happens with that here in a couple of years.
Science Division report success.
We also just got our command center researched, which of course increases our fire rate across the board by 5%, which is great. And this building can go into our star bases. I don't really know if we're actually going to build them. Maybe we will. Fleet command limit going up isn't very relevant right now. We need our naval cap to go up instead. So let's go ahead and grab ecological adaptation so that we can terraform if we decide to go the machine world route later on. Which maybe we do, maybe we don't. It is hard to tell. Or something like that. Okay. For whatever reason, I'm suddenly struck with the need to rename Gianfar to Gibraltar. So, there we go. Life signs have been detected coming from inside the atmosphere of this gas giant. Could it indicate the presence of some kind of biosphere? Maybe. But the crew of the ESS Investigator are also pleased to report that the experiment was a success and a number of dense mineral veins on TA6 have been transmuted into usable resources. Okay, it doesn't actually say what that gives us. Let's find it. TA? Yeah, right there. TA6. Oh wow, that's 9 minerals. Okay. Well, we'll probably be able to grab that. Most likely.
Special project complete.
And we were successful in our attempt to record the collision. The event was captured from several different angles and transmitted live throughout our space. Most importantly, our scientists, under the leadership of Unit S8, were able to record a large amount of valuable physics data. 150, so like, not a ton of physics data. Kind of a mediocre amount of physics data. Okay, ESS Investigator, where are you at? Continue your exploration. And then the ESS Assembler can go down here and build an outpost, and the ESS Assembler 2 can go ahead and build all of that nonsense, although we're going to have to wait for a month tick to actually queue up our mining stations, which is a wee bit unfortunate. But now we can. There we go. Legion 02 is on their way home. They do have all of their fleet reinforced up, so they just need to group up, and then they're going to go get repaired. Legion 01, of course, is currently on their way out to fight these guys. Atmospheric ecosystem. We've discovered a thriving ecosystem in the upper atmosphere of the gas giant Themin 5 even. Apparently Roman numerals are hard. V is 7 now, guys. Just keep that in mind. V is 7. Massive floating creatures, having evolved bodies filled with lighter-than-air gases, follow the wind currents and feed off the energy released by the gas giant's frequent lightning storms. These beings, in turn, support colonies of smaller animals that prey on atmospheric plankton and each other. Fascinating. That actually is fascinating. Atmospheric plankton in a gas giant is something that has always just kind of made sense to me, the way that gas giants, the density of the gases within them just gradually goes from gas to solid over the course of the descent through the atmosphere. It's always just kind of made sense to me that it would that there could be plankton swimming in the slightly more dense and gas areas. We have an upgrade that we could do on Science 01 though. And we should. Let's make this a physics lab. Excellent. Legion 02 is currently in woo! So, I guess that's cause for celebration. For them, anyway. Probably not so much for us. We don't really care that much. We should start putting some of these minerals that we have into some other things. So there's also this gateway up here that we're probably going to want to grab. There's a natural wormhole there and a natural wormhole over here. There's also this gateway I wonder if we can use that to invade into gateways that we don't control, that someone else activates. It'll be interesting to find out. While approaching TA-7, the ESS Investigator suddenly received a glancing hit by several passing mass driver rounds. The projectiles were billions of years old, and based on their trajectory, they appear to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia until today. The rounds we have recovered are of an advanced design despite their incredible age. So yeah, that I'm like 95% certain that that's a reference to that drill sergeant in Mass Effect 2 on the Citadel. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So let's go ahead and start upgrading some of these guys to Starholds with our spare money. However, the ESS Assembler is going to need to build research stations and mining stations. There we go. Gotta have all of this going on just to be able to maintain our empire, let alone be able to expand and fight. Class 12 asteroid. Oh boy, it has begun. No? Nothing? Sometimes I forget that you actually can't respond. However, we're gonna have to actually wait for 2 month ticks in order to get this up. That is a weird feeling. I haven't felt that for a while. We may have a construction ship finished before then, but I doubt it. Yeah, Toad asteroid. Operations were abandoned shortly after they begun. Such as it is. There we go. Now we can upgrade to a Starhold. These aren't going to be very effective until we put in a significant amount of minerals, of course. Like, we're talking a very significant amount of minerals indeed. However,
anomaly found.
We should probably consider, go ahead and research that. We should probably consider putting a building into here. Although we don't actually have one to put in there, that's why we didn't before. What about here, the Rookbat Bastion? Communications jammer would be a good one to put in. And we're also going to put in a gun battery and a missile battery. There we go. And Rookbat is starting to be scary to look at, even though we don't even have any defensive platforms. Gas Giant Ship. Active scans of Bygel 4 have picked up what appears to be a large ship deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant. Judging by the nearby debris, there have been several failed attempts to salvage this derelict in the past. Any ship strong enough to withstand such crushing gravity must be a magnificent prize, and Science Officer Unit Y1 has proposed a salvage project of our own. Well, we'll give it a go. What could go wrong? What could go wrong indeed? Go ahead and try it. Worst comes to worst, our science ship gets blown up. That's worst case scenario. That's not a bad worst case scenario, all things considered. ESS Compiler, go ahead and build research stations in Astarte. Also, apparently we left Brelix without actually building anything in it, so we'll go ahead and queue that up right now. There we go. Excellent. So how is our mega structure up here doing? Okay, 200 days remaining, 240 days remaining. That sounds good.
Reports enemy contact.
Spaceport? Oh, the Zanami Raiders are up here. A 10k strength fleet. Okay, so they actually managed to get in somehow. How did they get here, though? Like, seriously, how did they get here? I mean, oh, they created a wormhole. Or they came through the wormhole. Gotcha. They came through the wormhole. Okay. Legion 02, you can come on down here. We're gonna need you. Legion 01, we're probably gonna need you too. They have a pretty hefty fleet there. So, come on down.
System reconnaissance
Fleet size of
completed.
10k. We're probably not going to be able to get there
Research
in
station
time to
lost
do
enemy
too
action.
much. Although, they don't seem to be interested in killing our starbase, which is nice. Very convenient. So, we'll go ahead and get both of our fleets grouped up in probably Lastus. We'll see where they actually go. They might go into
Our
Eileen.
pioneers have made planetfall.
Although we did actually get a tech researched, and we should deal with that. What was it that we actually researched? Battleships. Okay. Battleships are good. We're gonna go ahead and go for the standardized Corvette patterns, I think. Although the Urantic crystal mining would be interesting. Let's grab that real quick. And we'll see how much time they waste down here. They're taking small amounts of damage. I
Mining
mean,
station lost to enemy action.
I'm not sure if we're actually getting past
Mining
their
station lost to enemy
shielding
action.
at all. We actually are. We're doing minor amounts of damage to their armor. Okay. Well, both of our fleets will get here relatively
Construction
quickly-ish.
complete.
Let's actually go to
Special
Blurg's
project
Bane
complete.
instead. Give them a little extra space. In a masterful display of engineering, the team under Science Officer Unit Y1 has managed to gently raise the derelict ship on Baijol 4 to the gas giant's upper atmosphere. Despite its age, the ancient cruiser is in remarkably good condition, and we have restored power to its systems. No trace of the original crew remains, but we have brought over our own and commissioned the ship into the fleet. Okay, so we got ourselves this cruiser, the derelict class. It's pretty mediocre, and we're just going to get rid of it. There we go. You can go ahead and do automatic exploration. That is fine. So the question is...
System reconnaissance completed.
Oh, he's actually
Construction
bombarding.
complete.
Okay. Well, that's going to be annoying. To be sure. But he could be a lot more annoying if he wasn't bombarding that planet, honestly. So I think we're fine.
Building out of action.
Yep, Raiders hit Science 03. Light Tsunami forces have conducted a hit-and-run attack. Their dispersed landings confused the technical response units leading our surface forces, and before they could react, the Raiders had already returned to orbit with whatever spoils they could gather from our settlements. Minus 1,100 energy credits, 1,100 minerals, that hurts, and 300 food. We don't care about the food. Energy credits, don't really care about either. The minerals are what really hurt there. But we'll go ahead and keep working on this. Keep working on our stratagem. It should be fine. We have liberated a sufficient amount of your wealth and our ships are loaded to capacity. They're heading home. Okay. That's all they wanted? Whatever. Not going to question it. We'll just head right back on up here. We're still going to move this force down this way, though. We can't explore a natural wormhole with a military fleet, can we? No, we cannot. Okay. So, Araya, you must be getting really close here. 30 days, actually. So, yeah, we're gonna see what's going on with this gateway. 14 more days. There it is. Gateway reactivated. Our scientists have successfully restored power to the ancient gateway in the Araya system. Despite its age, the device has formed a sable? Apparently it's black. A stable subspace conduit that is fully traversable. The probes we sent through have confirmed that our activation of this gateway has restored power to a second identical device. For now, these two linked gateways are the only ones that are accessible to us, but more inert devices can likely be found elsewhere. In the future, we may even be able to construct entirely new gateways in systems of our choosing. Okay, so, it connects... Oh, it connects to the one in the Authority of Mishri. So, with that being the case, that means that we need to build star bases also in places with natural wormholes and in places with gateways, because those are also potential failure points. So we'll go ahead and upgrade this. We're at 10 out of 12, so we will also go ahead and upgrade this one, although it's currently disabled. So we're going to have to deal with that. Actually, we don't need to build it there. We need to build it here, in this one. So they're going to go back through the wormhole. There we go. So what other wormholes do we have in our territory? I mean, it's mostly stuff up here. There's this gateway as well, which will actually go to a different place.
Found.
Or we might actually be able to just teleport between the gateways once they're activated and it would join the same network. I think that's the way it works.
System reconnaissance completed.
I'm like 95% sure that that's how that works. Okay, so let's go ahead and build a outpost there, and you can finish building up the system. There you go.
System reconnaissance completed.
Yep, that is fine. So we are going to want to upgrade this here, because this natural wormhole appears to go over here somewhere, or to go somewhere. Not sure exactly where. A small short-range transmitter was on the surface of Timris 3. Let's take a look. Oh, we actually did take a look, and it led us to minerals. Sounds good. We'll upgrade our administrative array here. So we need to repair this. We need to build a pop here, because those jerks did actually break one building. But it looks like that's all they did, was just break the one building, so we'll fix that one.
Reconnaissance completed.
Okay, that's excellent. And we do have some upgrades that we can do here. So we'll go ahead and do that. This will be a biolab. This will be a physics lab. This will also be a physics lab, but this will also be a biolab.
A new breakthrough.
And we'll upgrade that.
Construction complete.
And we got the crystal mining done. Excellent. Cruiser hull points. That'd be a good one to grab. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, we're going to go for a biolab here, as well as here, and here. This one will be an engineering facility. This one will be a biolab. This one an engineering facility. And this one a biolab. There we go. This one will be a physics lab. Upgrade that, upgrade all of these. This various nonsense. Excellent. Lots of things to spend minerals on. No reason to be capped. Ever. There we go.
Construction complete.
What was it that constructed? Oh, okay, in Rookbat.
Construction complete.
Yeah. That is fine. Yeah, it's just these stations that are finishing up. For now, we'll leave them the way they are.
System reconnaissance completed.
In AWS 8Q,
Construction complete.
definitely need this to be upgraded for sure. Alvanian Void Riders, what are they doing here? Oh, they're just going through the wormhole.
System reconnaissance completed.
Completely ignoring our sovereignty.
System reconnaissance completed.
Lovely. Well, we'll have to do something about that eventually.
Construction complete.
But right now, we are instead going to be building research stations and mining stations. Like so. Let's just check real quick to make sure that we aren't missing any of that strategic resource that we can now mine. We don't seem to be. That's great. Okay, so we'll go to Acer next. There we go.
Construction complete.
We construct a lot of things. For right now, we'll just get these on up, and we will get our target uplink computer and our disruption field
Construction
generator.
complete.
There we go. And we'll do the same thing here. Communications jammer, no. Target uplink and disruption field generator. Communications jammer is next. There we go.
System reconnaissance completed.
There we go. And same thing here. We're actually out of minerals. Look at that. Well, we won't be for long. Target uplink computer, disruption field jammer. And then this guy, we should go ahead and upgrade him on up to the Starhold. But that'll be a little bit before we can actually do that. So let's go ahead and take a look here. You go repair. Since you're currently not fully repaired, you're at 96% armor.
Complete.
We also went up to a fleet command size of 70, and we also unlocked battleships. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Artillery bow and core are kind of nice. And then a broadside stern. I actually do like that setup. And then have it be an artillery sitting at 80 range. Okay, so the coil guns have a range of 100. We'll use an auxiliary fire control here and here. And we're certainly going to use 3 units of shields and like that. Okay, and the range on a large version of these is 80, whereas for railguns the range is 100. They will stay at long 80 range. Okay. So, I feel like range with 75 and 60. For mediums, apparently we can't use disruptors. I wonder if it's just because of the size. Yeah, disruptors don't go up to large. Okay. We're still going to be using an artillery bow, I think. And we're going to put on railguns at first in every slot. And then plasma accelerators have a range of 80, so there's no real point in not bringing at least one of them. Although for medium, it's range of 60. And for that, it's range of 75. So the mediums actually are not useful. We'll go ahead and bring a large, and we'll stick on 1 plasma accelerator, just so that we can do a bit more armor damage. In fact, let's split it a bit more evenly between railguns and plasma. And then they do 50% increased shield damage, plus 50% armor damage, plus 100% armor damage, and plus 50% hull damage. So I don't see a reason to put a blue laser on here. We'll just have a 3rd plasma accelerator. Now we do have a very large surplus of energy right now. We're going to do 2 auxiliary fire controls. And I mean, we could go down to a level 3 fusion reactor. So there's our battleship design. We'll go ahead and use that. And then in our fleet manager, I mean, we can put in at least 1 battleship in each fleet, to be sure. We could theoretically drop some of the smaller numbers, but I think we just leave it like this for now. And we don't actually reinforce up to full, just because we don't really have the fleet cap for that. So let's go ahead and have this guy build mining stations instead. Excellent. The Araya station does need to be upgraded, I believe. Araya, where are you? Yeah, you're on that gateway, so you definitely need to be upgraded. There we go. And this is the AWS 8Q station. So you also definitely need to be upgraded. We will go ahead and do that. Not this month, actually, this coming month, but the next month after now. So we need to wait another month before we can actually upgrade this to a Starhold.
System reconnaissance completed.
But that's okay. We are currently fighting. I believe this is just the mining drones. Yes, indeed it is.
Recon pass
No problem.
completed.
No problem whatsoever here. Get out of here, you mining drones. There we go. And you guys can go ahead and head up to here and clear out these mining drones. We also can now max out the prosperity tree, which is fantastic. So we'll go ahead and grab our building upkeep and starbase upkeep reduction, which is huge. And we can get an ascension perk. We could grab synthetic age, but we're not really going to modify our species anymore. We don't really want to build habitats, I don't think. Transcendent learning, I'm not really feeling it. Executive vigor, we haven't done much with edicts. Mastery of nature, maybe. Maybe we permanently increase the size of a planet by 1 to 3 tiles. Eternal vigilance, starbase damage plus 25%, defense platform damage plus 25%. And defense platforms plus 5. That's solid. Just plain old starbase capacity plus 5. That's pretty solid too. Interstellar Dominion, I don't feel like we do. Galactic Force Projection, maybe. Naval Cap plus 80, Fleet Command Limit plus 20 is pretty solid. Nihilistic Acquisition, we don't really want to raid. I feel like we do this. Galactic Force Projection. There we go. 231 is our cap now. We're determined exterminators, so we get an extra third, including from our Galactic Force Projection. So we got basically 100 from that. Nice. Their naval cap is equivalent to ours, the Fallen Empire here. That's super nice. They don't really care about us at all. They have no opinion whatsoever. So let's go ahead and go into our fleet manager and take a look at this here. We can now get up to 90 in our fleet. So I feel like we probably do. Take this up to 2-ish. That's 16. So then this up to 8. Wait, no. These take 4 each. So 4 times 4 is 16. So let's just leave it at like there, and then take the destroyers up to about 15, something like that. I don't know. Maybe saturate it more with corvettes. I want to divide this a little more evenly though. Maybe we take this up to 3. Something like that. There. Okay. Well, there's that done. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. We are already running a little bit over. So we'll be continuing our process of trapping these guys in, and here relatively soon we're actually going to be attacking these guys and trying to take some of this territory from them. They don't have any friends, and they're really weak compared to us, so we should do that quite soon. Maybe next episode, but this is the end of my recording session, so I'm going to be taking a break, and I probably won't remember any of this when I get back. So we'll see if I actually attack them next time.